Alright, y'all. Be back in it. Now I got this thing set up already, precursor. Now the thing I want to explain about the radio. So we bypass filter 1. Alright. Shut it off. We also have the resonance very low, at 0. It's still plugged into itself. Both oscillators have volumes. Right now I'm using the modular illusion module. They're both saw, they're both at 2 foot. Usual suspect, the LFO. Oops, should have been speed of 7, but it was at 8, but that was still cool. Start phase 0, key track 0. LFO is the pulse width modulation source for oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. Oscillator 1 is at 0 on pulse width, oscillator 2 is at 127. That's because we practice laws of inversion around this bitch. Negative 64 would be to the 127, and plus 63 would be to the 0, because the 0 is on the 1, right? See, this is how we do it. You're like, dude, there's no sound, hardly. That's because you got to plug in the FM. Look at that. What happens if you mix it? Turn something else on it. Tube on it. Do something stupid, huh? I ain't got no liquid metal in here anymore, do I? Throw a prism on it. This is very nice, warm and fat. Kinda, sorta. What's the volume, man? We only have 40 something, right? Or 48. That's cool. Yeah, you could fill up some BGM, some background music. You could fill it up, you know. You could do something nice, without a lot of resonance. Now, let's go and set up the boombox. Let's turn the boombox all the way on. That thing's not set up for a purpose, but it's cool. Just so you recall it, turn the cutoff to 59 or something like that. 71. Screw it. Actually, before we get started, we don't want to blow anything up. So we turn the levels of the oscillator to 0 on both of them. And then we will continue to set on the bandpass radio. Resonance at 113 or something like that. Cutoff I said 71. Mod source is envelope 3. Make sure you go to your envelope 3. Kill the oops. Well, fuck it. Decay and sustain. Kill them. Make sure on envelope 3 is your FM source and filter 1 as well. FM amount should be off. You know this redundant bullshit. You add a little bit of resonance to like 24, that's cool. I should be referring to items that you guys already have, but I'm just showing you how you can get to the synthesizer territory kind of deep. I'll put singing swords on. So what you guys have to understand about FM, understanding FM, okay, oscillator 1 will be the carrier. If oscillator 1 is the resonator singing source, alright, that's the carrier. Oscillator 2 is the source of FM because that's what you have to set it to. That's the modulator. Those two together become the operator, therefore the program. You're combining singing source plus crystals, you know, you've got some vibrating things. You're lucky you're not breaking stuff and getting crystals in your eyes. You know what I'm saying? Your ears, so to speak, because we're doing this from the, you know, the audible range. But you do it visually in your head. Think about vibrating singing sword resonators, swords that sing, and then breaking crystals. That is insane to make music, right? Huh? So you think about that for a second. But you have to combine the elements. So let's talk about ring modulation, frequency modulation, and you bring them all together. Let's bring ring mod, frequency modulation, and phase modulation all together. We'll just go to the redundant trapezoid. Okay. I'm just showing you guys how stuff works comprehensively. That's all I want to do, because it makes me happy when you guys get it and then you go home, you go to your lab and then you do stuff and you blow it out, you know, and you come to tell me about it and I'm like, yeah, you know, get pumped up, go team go, you know. Alright, so we'll set this up. 0 and 16 on the pulse width. The amount is crank 63 on both. Both are going to have to be LFO1. Why I'm using phase. Why am I using phase? Because this is how I do it. Look. Oh, goodness. Alright, so now the FM source is going to have to be oscillator 2. Why? That's the carrier. Alright, that's the carrier. Kill all oscillator volume, right? Because we're going to go to ring mod and set that up. So we go to ring mod. Ring mod level, we'll crank it all the way up. To like maybe, yeah, fuck it, 127. Why does it take so long to get there? Alright, 127. Kind of thin. That's an example of ring modulation, frequency modulation, and phase modulation. You have to use the frequency mod to make it phase. And pulse width modulation too, because the LFO. The LFO is moving them both in the direction of phase through the cycles though. So that's how it goes. Now, imagine running that through reflection. So let's set it up. Part of the bandpass radio is reflection. Bring the cutoff down to like 71. Key tracking up here to 100. This is filter 2. Make sure they're in serial because you got to set the boombox play. FM source is oscillator 1, obviously, right? That's real big, huh? Kind of a sci-fi epic intro. Yeah, Mass Effect 6 or 7 or whatever. I don't know which one they're on now. God damn. You see that? So that's an example of all three together. Now, if you wanted to get more intricate, you could obviously add in some other stuff like comb and blah blah blah, but I'm not doing that. But in the case of this, how about this? Let's turn noise on. Let's turn some noise modulation on. Let's bring it in. See, it starts getting crazy there. See what I mean? You can get retarded with it early. You do some really stupid stuff. And what happens if you put a comb on it? Probably some interesting stuff, right? Maybe. Maybe not. Let's see. Set the key tracking to 100 because you want to track this stuff. You don't want it to be out of tune. If anybody has any specific type of synthesizer sounds that they're trying to achieve at the twist of a knob and a dial, either easily achieved with the free giveaway packs and or the stuff that they have purchased from the store or eBay store, please feel free to contact me either at my email, preferably just get me in the inbox on Facebook and walkie-talkie me or send me a text message or something like that. Avatar is same on here as it is. I mean, it's on there as it is on here. Excuse me. A little bit of getting too muted. I'm here though. Alright, look, listen. My bad, yo. It's been a long day. But, this is how you get into it deep. So that was an example of ring modulation, phase modulation, pulse with the LFO and frequency with a little bit of cone. Alright, and I showed you some noise modulation as well. So you can get deep into synthesizer design. Like I said, if you have any type of specific things you're trying to accomplish, we can do it easy. I promise you that it's not hard. All it takes is a little bit of math, a little listen to me, a little bit of write it down, a little bit of program it. Do as I say, boom. Do as I say. You know what I'm saying? Not as I do. But in this case, you probably should do as I say and as I do on this box. You know what I mean? And you got it. I'm telling you, we'll get you plugged in today. We'll get you right. If it's lacking, we'll get it up to point. I promise that. Couple tutorials, you'll be rocking shows. Everybody who has got at me and they got with the addendum, they're blowing it up spontaneously. I love it. Either within the hour, within the week, or within the month. That is called progress over fuckery. On that note, I'll catch you on the flip. This was synthesis, design, ring modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation, all into one with a little bit of comb and yata mashata. We didn't do any dynamics, but that's cool. That phase engine's tight, man. You guys should just really jump on it. My one homie just grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? I've yet to sit down and tutor him. He's been really busy with his life and stuff. But when he has some time, because he's got other gadgets, and his studio's banging. Alright, it's banging for real, 100. He's got to get time to get in this box. But when he does, and I get to sit down with him and bust it down, busting out these bang notes. I told you I do this shit. Trap on my synthesizer, baby. I'm a synthesizer trapster. I got it. I'll do this. I sit down with these bang notes with him. He gonna be putting his other synthesizers on hold with these bang notes. Told you that. Blue Crow, you know my number. You know my name. You know my game. On the flip.